All right, hey guys. I did a little bit of work this morning, but not too much. Yeah, we're going to continue off with the Doctor Strange female version. May want to do another one. I was watching this movie, Jujutsu Kaisen O. It was in theaters. And during that movie, I kind of thought of a concept, have an image in my head of Doctor Strange. And yeah, I might execute that for the next one. So be sure to look out for that. For right now, we are still experimenting with this one that we have. So yeah, let's get into it. So far, I've done some rendering for the skin. Now, during this process, I kind of I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed, I guess. Just because it's hard to see your progress. So in my stance, I was trying to see what kind of progress I've made. And I just wanted to take my time with each section, which I was focusing on this area here. Just really want to experiment with how much I've learned. So here's with the line, without the line. So pretty soon we can lose the line for this area anyways. But I think it's important to always challenge yourself to see where you are. I think that's important. I think it's for morale most of the time. And it doesn't help that, I guess when you look at social media and other artists are doing so well and their art is so good, and it's like, how do I get to that level of professionalism? I think it's more so is to maybe focus like a laser on one thing. Like, don't speed through it. I'd rather it look professional and take 100 hours. Because essentially when you get to that very refined part, if you do it often enough, you'll know how to get there. And you'll get there faster too. Although there is a point where, you may get bored with the one drawing, which can be a problem as well. But yeah, here it is. Oops. I'm gonna do the face. We were working on hair for a little bit. We just want to see, because the hair is going to be on top. Just want to see how it looks like between the head. But there's always that point where you get stuck on detail too long and it becomes kind of mechanic, lifeless. A lot of bottles to look for. So just last Saturday, I finished Elden Ring finally. The last boss was quite tough. Quite tough. I was playing with my brother, and it was actually a little bit easier with the Mimic summon tier, just because he had a lot of health. The only thing that it doesn't do well when it comes to Mimic tier, he just gets beat on and he doesn't last, I guess, when it comes to your partner in live play. There's something that is good for, like bosses that keep beating on them and completely ignores you, so you can do damage on the outside. That makes it easier. In any case, yeah, after this I'll do another Doctor Strange piece, because this one is more so like an experiment first. Like, I don't want to do Scarlet Witch in the multiverse too. I may do another one, I don't know. So method I might use is instead of separating all the layers, sometimes I do that. I may just have only like 2 or maybe just 3 layers, and then they'll merge together. Hold on one sec. All right. Sorry about that. Long call. Yeah, a little bit soft. Let's change it. I see like a different brown. It's like a gel in between. Oh, let me lock this before we confuse the two layers. So I tend to change the brush size, and when that happens, sometimes the layer changes with the shortcut menu. Where's the new PC? Hey, what's going on, Chaotic? It's not here yet. Will arrive in 5 to 10 business days. Thank you for your business. Please check the mail. Ooh, there's something going on here. What? Not gonna grab parts and build it yourself? No, I never built anything. Never built a computer in my life. I've seen people do it. Doesn't look too hard. I mean, well, I don't know. I don't know what that. It's not like Legos or something like that. I guess things can go in the wrong place, maybe. Let's see here. Let's go back in. Oh man, just feeling more satisfying when you build it. Have to work for it. Working, I guess. I don't think I get that high. Although I would admit when I built Legos, I kind of get that high. It's like, yes, this looks good. I think for electronics, I like it ready. Are you still playing Lost Ark? If you were my neighbor, I would offer you to help build it. Oh, that's nice of you. Where do you live? Hey, neighbor. From like 2 kilometers away. You live in Temple. Where the heck is that again? I think that's quite far away from the Citadel side. Oops, I exposed where I live. No one come here. Northeast near the high school. Ooh, I see. Yeah, that's quite a ways. You are nowhere near my neighbor. I think one of these days I might try the challenge where it's like it's just one layer, you just keep painting. The odd thing about that is I just don't like to repaint things if I could avoid it. I don't know if it's slower. It could be, yeah. Could be slower, but I think you learn a lot more because you're like pretty much working like traditionally again. If I get this out. Sometimes I have a mixed feeling about school back in the day. Did I enjoy it? I made good friends. I didn't like the, I guess, the politics amongst kids. At least you were one of the cool ones, while I was one of the losers. I didn't think you're a loser. I think there was more people who were picked on more, like, than normal. I think they were probably feeling it. I didn't think you were getting picked on. I guess no one picked on me. Does that make me not a loser? I don't know. Yet no one paid really attention to me, so I was like, just the way I like it. It's the way I like it. You know, some of the popular kids that I was popular in junior high, they got actually picked on from the seniors during our high school senior or freshman year in high school. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? He got picked on? He was so cool. Why is he getting picked on? Maybe it's like a jock rite of passage or something. Yeah, definitely didn't. I think a high school could have been better experience. Oh, there was some fun times where we skipped school and just like went playing video games or just chilling. Well, all our graduation, let's just say a group was waiting outside to jump me. Oh, well, that I didn't know. What the hell? I did not know about that. There are some I've noticed, like I know about, but that one I did not know about. I guess I was lucky not to draw attention. I was like, you know, the more I hear about that, I'm like, the more I just want to be low key. Yeah, I had it inside people watching my back, which was good. So see, you weren't a total you weren't a loser. I think there was like fractions of people that were doing horrible things. Yeah, I definitely was like taking my head low. I think I was following that model like Ocean 11, where it's like Matt Damon when he went in that vault to be like one of those technicians or something. I think what George Clooney said, you want to be noticeable but also forgettable. It's like, yeah, that guy, but no, it's like it doesn't stick out in people's mind. Oops. Scary times. And I thought I was in a good school, but then that school like is like gangster paradise. Let's just say we made it out. It's good enough. It's good enough. Nothing. It could have been worse, I say. Oh man, the end of the year? Oh, I don't know if I should be telling this story. It's like end of the year was I guess we made the news, and that wasn't a good thing. I think that was the downfall of that school. Yeah, definitely could have been worse there. Alright, I think I'm done with the hair. The only time I really remember high school is like off when we're off school. During school is like it feels like tippy toeing through class, like not to piss anyone off, not to like who's got connection where. It's like I thought this was more safer school than the other schools, but it seems like it's all the same. High school for me was mostly bad memories, but definitely some good ones. Yeah, man. I think the people that we met, I wouldn't say like majority, but just a handful, which is sad because, you know, you think about how much people are in that school and you only can connect with a handful of them. Because, you know, some of them are just batshit crazy. Batshit crazy. Oh yeah, my mom thought I was gonna be safer than Forest Lawn. Yeah, that was the other school. I was like, I heard bad stuff, so I kind of didn't want to go to that. Although some of their classes, courses they offer was more interesting to me, but I think it was the distance and the fact that it was more violent. And also my brother wasn't there. It's like just follow your siblings where they go. Although it seems like they tricked us. Like high schools didn't really matter what the course you chose. I think what really mattered was in college. Man, if there was like an art college, I would have went there. Although artists are kind of iffy too, unpredictable people. Yeah, I went to that art college. There are some questionable people there. Also kind of like cultural people. You got some fractions where there is like jocks and very doobie people. Most of them are kind of normal. Their character is kind of very edgy. But definitely interesting. I think I connected with even maybe more people actually in art college. Maybe because I was more developed, I don't know. And people were more civil. Mainly because they're more older. They're kind of like an older crowd. I mean, high school is like adolescence and, you know, something to prove, right? So it's kind of, you don't know where everyone's upbringing is. All right, that's the hair. We'll lock that up. I think hair is one of those things I need to be on the separator all the time. And then clothing. High school is like war. I agree. I agree. Trying to navigate that crap. I mean, there was one guy, I don't know, I forgot his name, but you probably know him, but he had glasses, but the thing is about him, he tends to run his mouth off too much, and he got himself into trouble, in deep shit actually. One of the guys like was in a gang, and he shot his mouth too much, and yeah, he paid the price. Well, he kind of like was keeping low key after that. I think he got opted out of that group. He even transferred school, I think. Was like, if you're in this group, you can't be friends with the other group. Oh yeah, definitely. There was, I think, one of our friends, our white friends. People call him the drifter because he had no groups. But it's like, how come they always question him? Like, how come you hang out with them and not us? Blah blah blah. Is it because you're white? I don't know. I don't know. That's, yeah. Made it out alive. That's all that counts. Like, even in college, I was trying to be careful too. There was, because I don't know what people's deal are. Hard to say, but the thing is, they're more grown up, so it was more, I guess, civil. Everyone's polite to each other, but there was some odd ones that like really stood out. You just like don't know how to approach them, what their deal is. And let's go back to the skin. Oh man. Ugh. I definitely would not want to go back to high school. If anything, college, it's fine. You want to stick more to the grown-up people. Lesser chance to run into some hostile figures. To like 20%. Oh. So I'm building the new computer, but I also want like to maybe look into getting a new tablet as well. Cause this tablet has been like 12 years as well. It had some finicky moments. I think 12 years. All things needs to be replaced. Oh, let's grab some of the dark tones. I kind of don't like the skin color right now. I may change it, I don't know. Let's do the skin. Let's put a softer brush to 20% is good. You probably don't like skin color because everything is that color. Well, it seems like I was experimenting with skin color a lot. Anything can be skin color, apparently. It's all due to ambient lights. So anything can look like skin color if the overall surrounding matches it. Correct to do so. Go green. She-Hulk. See? She-Hulk, see? Skin color. Yeah, green is one of those colors that typically is not used for skin color. Like, I've seen more yellows, blues, reds, even purples, even pinks actually. Pink. There's a guy, Ergo Joss, he uses pink skin color a lot. But green, I don't know why green is not used a lot. I think green is kind of unnatural skin color. You may have to talk to your friend the Hulk. Or She-Hulk. She-Hulk is in Doctor Strange? That makes sense. Maybe she's in the multiverse. Spoiler alert. Is it a spoiler if I'm just guessing? I don't think I've ever been into She-Hulk. I mean, they always do that, like they have a main protagonist for the hero, and then there's always a counterpart of a girl, which is fine, but it's only for every one of them. It's like, I think they should skip She-Hulk. That's the one I think they should have skipped. They don't need every alternate superhero. It's so funny. Is it just the popular ones that they make a female version of it? Because there's Quicksilver. Is there a speedy lady? What don't you want to see? A green lawyer hero? No, I do not want to see a green lawyer hero. It's practically Daredevil, but Hulk version. Yeah, I don't want to see She-Hulk. I don't know why. It's like when they, I think, announced, when I first saw She-Hulk and they announced it back in the day, I was like, hey, there's a female version of the Hulk. Guess why not? But I was like, no, don't. Don't do it. The Spider-Woman that was bit from same spider as Spider-Man. That's fine, because I think Spider-Man is kind of cool enough that they probably do need a female. Although I didn't like really Batgirl. I think Batman should have been Batman and Batgirl should never existed. Maybe Batgirl could have been like a Robin kind of thing. Although those are two different two different worlds, DC and Marvel. Silk, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman. Yeah, there's too many. It's like, stop. What about Peter Parker? Do you need another Peter Parker? Why is there like so many different Spider-Womans? They are doing female Thor for the next Thor. Oh my god. I think they just make a whole new character. How about that? Just for a girl. Like, I know, I understand Captain Marvel was supposed to be a guy. It's like, but when they started out as girls, that's fine, right? But when you have someone already that's a guy of that, and then you go to girl, I don't know. It's like, do something new. I guess Thor, because it's Thor. Asgard has girls, so. But please don't make her wield the hammer or like give her a spear or something. I don't know. Something different. Don't try to just replace Thor. Oh, she's getting a hammer. There you go, I'm not watching it now. Why do an alt version of the guy? Just make a whole new character. She's from Asgard. She holds, I don't know, something else. A rapier, I don't know. A jousting sword, something else. I'll wait for the review. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get a bad review if they do it wrong. I mean, they did horrible on the Matrix movie, and I didn't even go see it because I was like, how are they gonna top the original? I don't think they will. So I just opted out. And then I heard what it's about because I wasn't even gonna be watching it. So I heard what it's about, then I'm like, I knew it. It's shit. It's a money grab. They don't even care about the story. Just throw things that doesn't even make sense. Oh yeah, the new Matrix movie, I found it wasn't so great. Was pretty dumb, but still better than the 3D movie. I think it was like the fourth movie. Yes, it was the fourth movie. I was like, I don't think they can top it. They could have went a different route, like a whole new character for the Matrix world. Because the MCU has a huge cinematic world, right? The Matrix could have built something similar to that, which holds different characters. I mean, the fact that they had to bring Keanu Reeves and Trinity back. I don't think they can retell it any better than what they had. They could have did like who's that guy? Morpheus' story before the Matrix. How he became Morpheus. That would have been more interesting. Or you know what would be more interesting is them telling a story of how it all began, like the first maker of the AI. I'm sure that kind of falls in the same category as the Terminator, Skynet. Or they could have done the story of the Oracle. That would have been interesting too. I don't remember. It's been too long. Don't remember the third Matrix. That shit was like on TV a lot, and I had a chance to watch it like, I don't know, 5 times because it kept repeating. It was like Matrix reruns, some kind of special. So I fell asleep to that multiple times. And that time I still had cable, but I was like, can't we drop cable by now? Okay, let's see here. Am I okay with the skin? And then move on and draw the eyes. I think oh, 20%, that's good. Okay, before we move on and detail the head a bit more, I guess we can address the chest area, anything that's skin related. Then some skin color here and there. Oh man. So I was thinking if I had time, I may switch the streaming into a morning stream. I just want to try a different time, and it's because I draw in the morning as well. So maybe want to utilize that, and then I guess the later in the evening. We'll see if I want to continue streaming. I did like streaming when I was doing that challenge. Well, it was kind of impressive to stream that long, to be honest. I don't know, will I do it again? I don't think so. I think the longest I probably want to stream is about 3 to 4 on average. I guess the rest of the time I am still drawing, but off air. So I'm getting a new computer. I'm kind of a little bit worried if I can set it up with the my drawing tablet. I think I misplaced the disc for this. I'm pretty sure I can download it on their website. The problem is this is a kind of newer pen. The pen that came with this, I kind of broke it because I accidentally dropped it, and it took a bigger tumble than normal. And when I got a replacement for it, it didn't exactly sync with this tablet. But I think during the time I was looking for a solution to pair them both up, I saved the installment onto a USB key. So I have to find all that. That's always fun. Finding stuff, which I don't know where I placed it. Technical things. Oops. I had it at 100 and take it back a notch. So about 20. Okay, let's take a outlook and see. Just gotta hide this. I'm surprised, like the hands I drew here are quite natural looking, I guess is the word. Definitely the coming weeks I am gonna be drawing even more as I start to look for employment opportunities, just cause like can't live on this forever as I see my account depleting. I think it's too naive just to head down this route without knowing the limits. This can take a while, like to get good at it, and then to actually make a living out of it, it might take some time. Something I always like wanted for myself, to be drawing and making a living out of it. I mean, some people start out doing studio works, freelance studio. I did some freelance before. It's not bad, but those don't come often sometimes, depending what field, I guess. I wouldn't say it's all fields. Some professionals say if you're doing character design, you'll probably get more work than the landscape people. And then kind of the opposite happens when it comes to landscape. When you finding studio work, you'll find a lot more studio work when you're a landscape. Funny, huh? Everything kind of balance itself out. Because I guess landscapes, people for studios, anyways, there is more people who draw character design than there is environment design. I kind of want to do both. That's why I kind of want to aim to be more of a artboard artist. I actually find artboard is more intriguing because it tells a story behind it. So it's just not like a landscape and then there's no story context. Although I've seen people who does landscape really well and there's some kind of story in distance, and that's great. I love those pieces. So I'm seeing the lights in there, and that means this might hit a little bit more, this might more shade, this one's more shadow there. Okay. I think as soon as you put like some kind of strain on yourself, you tend to not do good or something.
Leo Vegas brings you Sweet Bonanza Candy Land with 2 tasty bonus games. Played at Leo Vegas, King of Casino.
At least it's short, the commercials. Yeah, I might start streaming Elden Ring on my new Game Plus, which I probably won't be playing as much. Since I'm done it, I'll probably stream it casually. Such a good game though. It's just I think I might have spent like 250 hours on that game, which is an insane amount of any game. I lost some sleep out of that, definitely. But that will be my number one kind of game, along with the Final Fantasy remake. That's quite good. I wonder if down the future they're gonna do a remake, because the graphics isn't that great. It's like a Dark Souls 3 kind of graphic they're running on. I think that game might be remade down the pipeline. Probably like 2 more kind of generations or next gen, end of next gen or something like that. They'll probably redo it again or something. Actually, I think some people are stipulating, including me, they might do a DLC version to milk it some more because people can't get enough of it. Let's get that in there. So I'm missing a bit of highlights. I just want to put in as well. Oops. So I was trying a different station just the last stream, and lo and behold, I got pinged again where my video got muted because there's a copyright music. So I don't know. I was like, I can't. I want to change different music channels. It's just like they keep dinging me. Alright, let's see without the lines. So we gotta make it work where the lines don't matter if they're there. So I guess, what is it? Elden Ring is doing pretty good. There might be a good incentive for me to make an art piece of it. They got some interesting things happening in that game. Let's give a darker line there. Okay, what the heck? here. Since we need a highlight part. Okay, and then this one here, I guess. This is where the cheek area is. Because if you remember like your basic shapes, the cheek is more or less the sphere coming out. So definitely there's a point where it picks up the most hottest spots for the light. So including the nose, right? So the nose and then the side of the nose. Especially the forward one. And so anything that's curved picks up light. Like right there. Sometimes right here on the edge of the eyes, because we're going down from right to left. And this thing should have been went away. So essentially you wouldn't have it here, maybe right here. Looks good. So we're gonna leave that as now, and we're gonna play around with the facial features, get into it. We'll do the lips first. So what color was this? So put it more of a pink. So, you know, wizards, do they put lipsticks on? Probably not. We will start drawing here. Is it 20%? Yep. So we're just gonna slowly get that in there. Grab this. Okay, grab this. We want the lighter version. So highlights here and here. Okay, so definitely want something that's darker for the outlines of the lips. I don't think we want exactly black though. So when it comes to the tip on the end of the lips, maybe use the local color, but go kind of dark. That's what I would normally do for my style, the way I work.
Looking for royalty-free music? Discover
Yes.
Epidemic Sound.
So when it comes to the edge of the lips here, or the mouth rather, there's some kind of shading happening if you've noticed. Yeah, it tends to be darker on the top, depending on the lighting, I guess. But you can take the local colors or the highlight colors that you have, and typically it's on the bottom of the highlight here. You want to keep it as subtle as possible. And this one's too punched out there. So you want to use the local color to bring that up. So you want something like that? Well, I do. And then for here, you want to kind of portray that a little bit more, just because it's in the light. You want to thin it out just a bit. Then grab the highlights and just see if you can put that in. It's a bit harsh, so I'm gonna lighten that up with the white. Oops, that's not supposed to be there. Yeah, I think I did a good job on the looking up on the nose. Normally I don't do this field because it's kind of like pig nose kind of thing. It's not as flattering. But seeing how Artgerm always kind of does that up angle, I was like, how's he kind of make it like work? It seems like a lot of his work now is like more up, looking up on the figures. He made it work. He made it work. All right, let's take a back look. I do think the lips is a tad too punchy. We're gonna dial it down a little bit more. We'll do 20%, work our way down. We'll get rid of the lines because it's kind of deceiving right now. Oh, okay, so without the lines, it's actually less punchy, but we'll try to dial it down still. Seems like it's not going or something. Let's see here. Yep, it's going. Okay. So one a bit darker. They seems to be blending quite slowly. Let's grab this. Something to avoid when it looks patchy. You can start grabbing the local colors that you have down and just start going over it until it looks less patchy. And if you want it darker, you can customly grab that as well to apply it slowly. I kind of see people right now, or people are actually talking about, they're kind of getting burnt out when they go too hard on drawing as well. And I think a lot of pros, they suggest it's due to the stress level that you're putting yourself to. There's a lot of things to learn when it comes to getting better on art. It's definitely not an easy subject. People think it's fun all the time, but if you're doing it like on a pro level, then things become kind of challenging and stressful. Because it is a skill thing, right? To get the skill, you got to put in the time, and then you got to do the things that to get better. And not a lot of, where's this coming from, by the way? Oh, it's from the hair. And not a lot of people who are very serious about drawing or illustrating know that it takes this kind of dedication to actually get better. I think there is that big stigma about that. Where people ask about, can you do art for me? And it's just like, they expect it for free all the time. I mean, you can do sometimes, but I think when some people just take advantage too much, that's when you kind of have to draw a line there. Wish there was no. Okay, I kind of like the lips. I normally don't take this long on the lips. Sometimes I go overboard with the lip detailing. Like now. I'm telling myself to step away right now, right now. All right, we'll move to the eyes. Yeah, I'm kind of getting into it. I kind of give myself the permission to like have an easier time. Pressure just leads to, sometimes it's not the greatest thing. I mean, some people strive under pressure. But I think this journey is going to be a long one, so you gotta not be so hard. I thought it was a commercial again. Okay, so I typically like to draw the inner eye, the pink thing right here. I find that kind of makes it, I don't know, extra layer of detail. Although it's not necessary to do it, I like doing it. I think once I get better, I have to manage my drawing time more efficiently. But for now, well, I'm just looking to get better and better. And I think that requires a lot of patience. When it comes to drawing the details. Sometimes details can be more of a labor work more than anything else. But I think people really struggle where to go next, like how to bring it forth to a better finishing. And I think that's crucial if you were just sticking with just painting simply and not going to detail, then you don't have the working knowledge to go to the higher detail. I mean, what I mean by the higher detail is more refined to that style that you're doing. Not necessarily like making it more realistic looking. The way I feel about realism is you can definitely do that. It's kind of less interesting due to that it looks real. If it looks like a photograph, then it just looks like a photograph, right? That's something a camera can do. But about realism is I tend to think like if you do realism, you may have to add something unrealistic about it. Which means if you do realism, try to make, like if you're drawing a girl and it looks very real, I would think you have to put something unreal about it, like her hair is made of twigs, or she has a pet dragon, something unrealistic, and then it looks real, and also there's an unrealistic element to it. Or she looks real, but her eyes
My
are.
online course, the Colored Pencil Academy.
She can look real, but her eyes are like more, I guess, bigger, or her iris is more bigger than a normal person, and then that could play to your unrealism. Or even sticking the character or whatever subjects in an unreal environment, surrounding. That could so basically, go beyond what a photograph can do, is representative of the real world. I think that will leave your artwork more enjoyable to look at. So I've seen a lot of, what was it, book arts, and when they paint it real, it looks cool, but then they always add something unrealistic about it, like a dragon or some kind of cave or out of the world kind of spaceships and clothing. Alright. Kind of like the way it's kind of going. I didn't think, like, when I was looking at the outline drawing, the line art, I wasn't sure if it was going to be any good. What's this layer? Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was going to be any good due to it being like looking up on the character instead of the normal straight or downward look, that it's more flattering due to the nose aspect mainly. Yeah, I'm definitely having fun. So that's something you guys should definitely be doing, having fun with it. The most best thing to do is to keep drawing, and to keep drawing is without stress, is to do things that are interesting to you. And that's something, right? I mean, the skill is not easy to get, and for good reasons. I mean, if anyone could do it, then they would have, right? I just think it's really relaxing and fun. And seeing the final result is kind of rewarding in itself. I feel like I was doing streaming for video games for the longest time too. I don't know how many months of that. I realized that the game is like not as fun because you have to do it. But then when it comes to drawing, it's more rewarding because you made something. In a game, you don't really make something, you just completed a puzzle, really, right? It's still fun, but it's just when you make it kind of like a work kind of thing, then it becomes not. Alright, we'll get on to the other eye. There was 60%. Normally I end the stream by now or close to 8:30, but I might hit the 9 or 9:30 even, because it's been kind of fun. Maybe seeing the results, I don't know. What is the... I'm in the zone. Definitely want to make the pink thing on the side here a little more subtle, like not too much, because of the size of the drawing. That I can put it, but just don't get carried away. Let's get rid of the line art. See, when you get rid of the line art, sometimes you can see how much detail you're kind of missing still. Let's do 60%. I don't have to put those. Let's just make it more complicated. So anytime you feel like the line's too harsh, just grab the Loka colors and paint over it with the 20% opacity, and it should settle it down. All right. Okay. I somehow like it when it's closer to 200. It's not reading as well as 100, right? Let's take a look. Well, I gotta put her eyeballs in there. Iris. Let's do that first. What color was it? I think it was just normal brown for Stephen Strange. We'll put kind of like a hazelnut color. Yellowy maybe. Yellowy hazelnut. Let's do 60%. We'll use the other layer. Say facial. And lock this up. Okay, so put about 100%. Okay, grab a darker one. Actually, we should probably paint this outside. So, I guess if you're thinking about the iris here, the iris is kind of like a satellite dish kind of thing on the inside. And so when you look at the lights, how it interacts with the ball, the iris itself, sure, there's a outside glaze over it, but essentially the eyeball, what I've known, it's kind of like a satellite dish where inside the iris kind of pops out as a sphere, and then the rest around it right here is like a dish kind of thing. And so when you're looking at kind of like how to shade it, you have to think it in terms of that kind of shape. So if we're saying the light is coming from the bottom, top right, shooting from down left, and so she's looking down, so of course the shade will be right here of the dish thing, and then the lighter area would be around here, the catch light here, and then of course the ball that bounces out typically is a dark base color. How big it is, it determines what the how big the ambient light is, or the light hitting the iris. So the catch light for this, sometimes where it would be right around here, the catch light, but then also on the dish part, you want not exactly that, you want a lighter version of it, because it's not going to be completely white, because due to its local color and where's the placement of it. And I believe the inner iris has another kind of gloss over it, so it picks up more light. And because the style we're doing, we're not going to go into detail of the dish, whatever this part is called. They're actually more intricate details in there, but because we're not doing realism, that is not necessary. So we'll execute the same thing here, and yeah, get the darker part here. I do have it 100%. I should have been working at 60 or 20%. So sometimes when you don't put the catch light, it tends to look a little bit lifeless without the catch light. So the white eyeball, it's going to be some kind of shading, but it'll be white. So you gotta think of it as a sphere, but because of the angle, some of the eyelids would be covering the light coming through. So sometimes you may want to illustrate the whole eyeball being glazed over, and sometimes they have this option of putting more catch light. So if you're saying here, it should be around, catch light should be around here actually. Now you can do that, I'm not going to do it. Just experimenting here. It's just too much detail after that, it seems like. Like you see in the cartoons sometimes, they just have it like this. Okay, we'll just make this a little bit more prominent. So, yeah, there you go. I don't know now. Now that her face is kind of established. I don't know, man. I don't know. You guys have to determine for yourself sometimes when you're doing these things. I like her without the iris, please. Or even maybe play with the size here. Let's take a look here. I want this. Yep. Oh, so this is already highlighted. So deselect. That's why it wasn't letting me. Iris, yes. Right. Yeah, maybe that was the problem. Their eyes was a tad too big. I don't know. Let's try this one out. Actually, I'm just gonna paint it. Actually, have to paint it anyways. It's a good practice to paint and repaint things. It wastes time, but also I think it really levels your skills because you have to repaint something. I mean, when you're working professional, then and you're running on tight deadlines, then yeah, you want the shortcut. But if you're learning, don't try to use less shortcuts. If you have to repaint it, then so be it. That just means you have the working knowledge to correct your mistakes by just repainting things instead of hitting the undos or liquefy. I think this dot is actually more tiny. I was gonna switch this one as well. I'll put a bit more darkness into it. All right. Oops, that's actually the hair. You see, when you have too much layers, you tend to do that a lot. Oh, there's some elements of this is look wobbly here. All right. And then facial, we're just gonna collapse these two layers. You don't want too much layers to keep track of. I don't. So hair. So we're just gonna see what's happening under all this here. Okay, we just fix a bit of that and we should be good to go. So it's gonna erase this. You see how it's kind of patchy, it's not running quite on the same darkness. Oh, look at that. Look at her eyes. Now, given her hair is kind of covering it, although I think it might benefit to clean it up. And if the hair lets it show more, that's fine. It's kind of not recommended to do that, whatever's covering due to extra work. But I am learning, so it's like the more I draw, the better. And who knows, maybe I'll delete that hair strand and put a different one. And great part of that is like I don't have to worry about the under eye. It's already done. If it shows, it shows. Oops. Looking at the other eyebrow, it just doesn't make sense. Hey, yo, hi, Ascension. Thanks for the hi and bye. Thanks for dropping in. Enjoy your work. Thanks for dropping in. Always appreciate it. Sometimes I just want to leave the line art in there. I mean, I know some artists, they do. I'm not sure if I want to make that my style as well. Yeah, definitely taking my time today. I'm just really chilling here. I'm just absolutely having a blast. And the beauty. Thanks, man. You're beautiful. You're all beautiful. Not sure if I want to put a highlight there. Something like that. There's a line on the bottom there. We'll see, we'll see. Let me put a line here as well. Okay, let's paint her hair. That's gonna be fun. Now I'm gonna do another layers just cause I can. God, why you have to? Cause the first layer will be more gradient kind of thing happening, catching lights and stuff like that. And then the second layer would be more of a finer detail. Okay, let's get into it. I just gotta fix some stuff here. It seems like some kind of gradient happening already. Okay. So here's where we determine what is the shadow. 60% should be fine. softness is fine. So top right to the bottom left for the lighting. So here's not where it's going to catch any light. So down here, there. So definitely very handy when it's on a separate layer. You can do all these detailing without worrying to having it cover the face or redraw the face. I don't know, I might do like a challenge where, you know, everything's on one layer. I've seen artists do that and it's quite fun. They swear by it. And the thing is, yes, you have to redraw things because you're trying to get the overall gradients of a certain item, and it does overlap. I mean, they say like maybe avoid that. It's kind of like a time waster, but also they feel like it's very stress-free. Even though they have to redraw it, it spends a little more time. They wouldn't recommend it for professional deadline type of projects, but it's definitely more stress-free because the less layer, the better. So here, her face is probably going to cover most of the light, and then the light will only catch right around on the tip here. So here will not catch the light until it hits to this point. And yeah, I think these points won't be catching much light. It'll be right around here where it tapers off. Oh my god. Okay, I'm getting sleepy. Maybe I need to do something else. Oh yeah, someone said like they read an article, and I'm not sure if that's true. Maybe not. Don't quote me on this. But I'm quoting someone else actually. They said concentration level or creative level is limited, and so when you're being creative, try to only expect the high intensity level anyways. Concentration level for designing ranges around 2 to 3 hours, and then after that you gotta get burnt out. So he suggests when designing something that's more mental heavy to get it out of the way first. So when he's designing, he's a concept art Feng Zhu. He suggests that you do the design first, to do all the thumbnails and very much execute most of the design throughout the day. And then once that's done, and then the less strenuous stuff, which is the detailing, he leaves for the last, and seems to work for him because he is getting older and he's realizing his attention or his capabilities to design things for a longer period is diminishing. And so for the younger people out there, they can probably do it longer, like, I don't know, 4 to 5 hours, who knows. But yeah, the most essential parts of the design is probably get it out of the way, and then the more laborious, just leave it to the last, and then you should be okay. And I think that works for me as well. I've been using that method and it seems to work more better because you do get really tired after you get kind of stressed out. I can feel my head pounding sometimes when you're trying to hammer out designs. And you just get stuck and you just like can't design anymore. You're out of ideas or the momentum's lost. Alright, so we got the two tone colors. So we'll get working the third color, which is the more highlighted parts. Use this sparingly because this is the part where it kind of brings the hair more to life. So you have to use it more sparingly. It's just a little bit there, and then a tiny bit here, I think, will be good. Okay. Alright, I think I am getting really tired. Even though I want to keep going, I am not gonna push too hard. I might keep drawing later on, maybe. But I will stop the stream now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one tomorrow. See you guys. Have a good one.